Hello, I'm Austin Heyman. Welcome to Seniors Today, a monthly program produced by the Commission on Aging and devoted entirely to issues and interests of Montgomery County seniors. This month we will talk about the serious issue of fire safety, particularly for seniors, and we'll learn about Montgomery County's Dementia Friendly America Initiative. But first, one of the largest segments of the population in the United States consists of people over 65, and sadly, many seniors, vulnerable adults, are targets of crimes ranging from telemarketing fraud to patient abuse in nursing home facilities. This month we will talk with the Maryland Attorney General Brian Frosh about efforts to draw attention to the importance of fraud awareness as well as elder abuse for older adults. Well, welcome to Seniors Today. Nice to have you here. So we are all suffering from all this telemarketing.
Right.
What can we do about it?
Well, sadly, there's not a lot that the Attorney General's office can do about it. There is a do not call list. If you haven't signed up for it, sign up for it. But it doesn't include nonprofits. It doesn't include commercial businesses that you have relationships with. And the people who are trying to scam you don't pay any attention to it. So the best thing you can do is don't pick it up. If it's something you don't know,
hang up.
Yeah.
So tell us more about the elder abuse issue. I know that you're spending a lot of time on that. It's a very important thing for seniors. How do you see, what can we do about that one?
Well, two things. I mean, if we're talking about physical abuse, our office investigates and prosecutes people who abuse senior citizens, abuse elderly folks. But all of us are vulnerable to scams, and seniors are targeted like nobody else. My mom is 95 years old. She's at home all the time. Her eyesight ain't so good, or her hearing ain't so good, and she's bored. She'll pick up the phone and she'll listen to these folks. My advice to her and everybody else is hang up on them. You know that there have been more than 800 million breaches of personal identifying information in the past 10 years in the United States. So
wow.
The odds are that you and I and everybody else has had their identity hacked.
I worry about that. I don't, you know.
Well, I personally, somebody filed tax returns in my name and my wife's name this last year. Yeah. And believe me, if they can do it to the Attorney General, they can do it to you.
Wow.
So we have to be very careful about who we give that information to. And you have to be on your guard all the time, on your computer, on your telephone, in the mail. Disregard anything that looks suspicious. One of the things we just sent out a notice last week, I think, about car warranties. You'll get a very official looking mailer. Looks like it's coming from a government agency saying your car warranty is about to expire. You can renew it, and it's just $200. Those are not real. So, you know, if you get what I say to people all the time is, you did not win the lottery in Ireland. You know? Your grandson does not need you to send money somewhere so that he can get out of jail in Mexico. And that nice man from Nigeria is not going to put $1 million in your bank account. These are all common scams.
You know, on the identity theft issue, I've always thought about this Medicare card that we all carry that has our Social Security number on it, really.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's correct or not. I thought I read somewhere that Medicare is thinking of changing that card.
I've not heard that, but obviously you want to protect your Social Security card, your Social Security number is.
That's key to, you know.
Absolutely.
So there's also a lot of concern, I know, that you have and others have about the question of financial abuse, about how banks can help. And I think there was a law passed a couple of years ago about that.
So there are a couple of things that you can do to protect yourself in general. One is a security freeze, and this is, a credit freeze. If you're not planning to borrow money, then you call the credit agencies and say, look, freeze my credit. I'll let you know if I want to unfreeze it. That way nobody can take out a credit card in your name. You'll also find out if they're trying. And for your kids and grandkids, we passed a law a few years ago that allows parents to freeze the credit of their children. There is no reason in the world why an 11-year-old needs an American Express card. And so we advise everybody to freeze the credit of their kids until they reach the age of majority.
You have a website that people can go to?
We do. We have several booklets on the website that you can download. It's marylandattorneygeneral.gov. marylandattorneygeneral.gov. We've got consumer tips. We've got identity protection tips.
Yeah, I saw I have a copy of your book, Consumer. It's a terrific book. It's really.
Thanks.
So
we think it's very useful for consumers.
I encourage people to look at that one. You've had a very long and distinguished career, and I think you represented our district actually for many years, and you were, was it 28 years that you were?
I was in the House for 8, the Senate for 20, right?
And when you were in the legislature, you also were involved with judicial proceedings, and therefore a lot of legislation that you.
Yes, I was the chairman of the Judicial Proceedings Committee for 12 years, and we had jurisdiction over many of these issues. Including,
you also had, I know you were involved with gun control issues quite a bit.
Yes, the Firearms Safety Act of 2013 was something I was very proud of. I think we have
Maryland is ahead of a lot of states on
absolutely.
But if you were to pinpoint the thing that you're most concerned about for seniors, what would you say?
Well, I think financial security is the issue on which they're most vulnerable. I mean, obviously, we're concerned about physical abuse of seniors. But as I said before, because there have been so many instances of theft, of hacking, of personal identity information, all of us are vulnerable. And I mean, I think the working assumption for all of us ought to be somebody out there has my personal identification information, and they're going to try to use it to get money from me or from the businesses that I do business with, banks, credit card companies. So if you're on the phone with somebody, don't give them your birthday, your social security number. If you generate the call, if you're calling your bank, I think in those situations you can be pretty comfortable. But if somebody's calling you, your working assumption ought to be, this isn't the IRS, this isn't my bank, this isn't my credit card company, and I'm not telling them anything. Call them back. Say, okay, I'll call you back. I know the number for Bank of America.
That sounds like good advice. And I know that the banks are also, with this legislation a couple years ago, so that if somebody goes up to a window and asks for $10,000 and has somebody next to them, the banks are on guard there.
That should be a red flag for any bank teller, yes.
Well, thank you for coming in. There's a lot of things to be concerned about. You've given us some tips about what not to do.
Right.
And as I said, I think your website is terrific with that information that you provide.
Thanks a lot, Austin.
So thanks for coming in.
Great to be with you.
Yeah. When we return, we'll talk about some very important fire safety tips. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a way to get around downtown Silver Spring? Hop on the Route 28 Van Go Free Circulator. The Route 28 Van Go Free Circulator provides rides Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to midnight and Friday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. Fast, convenient, and free. There's no better way to get around downtown. To find out more information about the Route 28 Van Go Free Circulator, including route information, visit us online or dial 311.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going.
Recycle more now.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. Fire prevention is an extremely important issue, and one of the most vulnerable groups of people with regard to fire safety are seniors. Joining me to talk about this is Jim Resnick, the Senior Citizen Fire Safety Education and Outreach Service Program Manager for the Montgomery County Fire Rescue Service. Well, welcome back, Jim.
Thank you, Austin.
And congratulations. You just got an award for Life Safety Educator of the Year.
Thank you very much. It's
And
quite an honor.
And you deserve it.
Well,
I've heard you many times.
Thank you, sir.
So I guess the good news is that fire fatalities have declined a little bit over the last few years. But last month was Fire Prevention Month, and there's for good reason, because many of the main causes of fires, as I understand, are with the senior population.
Absolutely. Overall, we're seeing a decrease in fire deaths throughout Montgomery County. We've had a very, very good long run with that, of course, with the exception of that terrible tragedy in Silver Spring, which is still under investigation as to the hows and whys. But the important things are that day in, day out, there's events in our lives that can cause fires, and we have to be careful, and it's even more so in the senior population. The three primary causes of fires in Montgomery County, as well as the rest of the state, are number one, cooking fires. Unattended cooking. You put something on the stove and you leave it.
So easy to do.
Second one is improperly discarded smoking materials. So whether that I've dropped a cigarette, whether I've dropped a match, whether the lighter has a problem, something like that, but something involving smoking. And then the third cause is electrical fires. And with electrical appliances and electrical devices, the best way I can describe what to do is, if it's not acting right, unplug it, don't use it, get it fixed, get it repaired, or replace it.
Like space heaters, I suppose.
Absolutely, and space heaters this time of year is a real big problem. As we're taping this show, last night was the first really kind of cold night. I think it got down to freezing, and we found that a lot of people in homes that we were going to just on medical calls were already starting to pull out their space heaters and use them. So
smoke alarms is something I know that there's been a new law about this, and the fire and rescue folks, you guys have been doing a lot of work in that area.
Well, about 4 years ago, there was a law that was passed in the Maryland legislature, and it affects every jurisdiction in Maryland, including all of Montgomery County, even the towns, cities, and so on. And the law is basically that you can't have a smoke alarm that's more than 10 years old. Whether it's hardwired, whether it's just battery operated, it needs to be replaced every 10 years. And it doesn't have to do with the power source. It has to do with the sensors on the inside of the smoke alarm. They just get tired of sensing, and they can't consider to be reliable for sensing the smoke. So that's why we're telling everyone your smoke alarms need to be replaced every 10 years. In addition, we want to make sure that people don't have smoke alarms where the primary power source is a removable battery, like the old 9-volt battery smoke alarms. If you have a smoke alarm that's wired into your home through the electricity, and it happens to have one of those 9-volt batteries as a backup source, that's perfect. But the best answer is that you don't have any removable batteries. Actually, that's the law.
And you just had a campaign, Take 10 on 10. What is that about?
Well, actually, I'm going to ask if you could hold this one up, because we'd love to get that. I'm going to get a picture of you with that later.
One here.
So this started on October 10th. The plan was October 10th was our big push to take 10 on 10-10. And the taking 10 was taking 10 minutes to do 3 primary things. Number 1, check your smoke alarms and make sure they're not more than 10 years old. Also make sure that they work. Number 2 is to have a fire escape plan for yourself and anyone who lives in your home. And then the third part is to check and update and essentially winterize your emergency preparedness kit if you had to evacuate your home, if there was a problem like that. And what we're saying is this program has been so successful that even though it's not October anymore, we're going to stretch the Take 10 part to the rest of the year. And we want people just in their month to take 10 minutes to do those 3 things.
That's terrific. Do you have a website if people want to get?
Absolutely. Well, the first thing is people can always call 311. And the Montgomery County Fire Rescue Services, and in particular the Senior Outreach Services, are available through calling 311. The second thing is people can go to www.mcfrs.org/mcsafe for Montgomery County Safe.
So if they want to get Jim on the phone, it's 311. Ask for Jim Resnick.
Actually, you'll get to me that way too.
Right. So Thanksgiving is coming up.
Oh,
Is that a concern for?
It's the #1 fire day of the year throughout the nation because people are cooking so much in the kitchen. There's so much activity in the kitchen. Often people are also using their fireplaces, space heaters, everything is going. And people are not thinking in terms of fire safety. So we're pleading with people to really take fire safety into account with that. Again, don't leave anything cooking unattended. If you have to leave the kitchen, turn off the stove. The second thing is make sure that people have an escape plan if there is a problem. Also, one other thing, as we're doing all this cooking, sometimes the smoke detector goes off just because of the normal cooking smoke. Another reason you should get these new smoke alarms is they have a hush button feature. And if there's a little bit of cooking smoke and the smoke alarm goes off, you can push the button and it silences the alarm for 10 minutes.
I didn't know about that. That's really, that's good. And one other item that I noticed is a problem with clothes dryers. What's the problem there?
Yeah, now we see this not just during the fall and winter months, but throughout the entire year. Clothes dryers, as you know, produce some lint, and every clothes dryer has some kind of a lint trap that you need to clean out. And according to the manufacturer's instructions, you need to make sure it's cleaned out before every single use. Even if you do that methodically every time I use the clothes dryer, you still will get a buildup of lint in the vent pipes that leave wherever the dryer is. So in my case, out of my basement. What you need to do is periodically have that entire vent pipe either cleaned out or replaced. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations. Sometimes we see people who have vinyl tubing. We strongly recommend against the use of that. But if there's too much lint in those things, it can overheat the dryer, and that's how we see a lot of dryer fires, not just now, but throughout the year.
Well, you've given us a lot of good tips of how to avoid the problem. We don't want to have the problem, but thanks for the information. Thanks for coming in again.
Very good, Austin. Thank you.
Nice to see you. When we come back, we'll close the show today with information about Montgomery County's Dementia Friendly America Initiative.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
The pain will not control us. It will never break us, define us, or keep us still. Because arthritis can't beat us if we beat it first. In the fight against arthritis, you need a weapon. What's yours? Visit the Arthritis Foundation at fightarthritispain.org.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. Every 66 seconds, someone in America develops Alzheimer's. It is estimated that nearly 500,000 new cases of Alzheimer's disease will be diagnosed this year. Here to discuss Montgomery County's Dementia Friendly America Initiative is Michael Buckley, Vice President of the Bright Focus Foundation. Well, welcome to Seniors Today.
All right, thank you, Austin.
Tell us a little bit about what is the Bright Focus Foundation.
Sure. Bright Focus Foundation is headquartered in Clarksburg, Maryland. We fund scientific research around the world to develop new treatments and cures for Alzheimer's disease and also the vision diseases of glaucoma and macular degeneration. We also have a number of print and digital materials available to help families impacted by these diseases.
So not too many people know about what is the Dementia Friendly America Initiative. Tell us about it.
Sure. It's an exciting campaign that first started in Minnesota over the last 5 years, and it was an effort to bring together a wide range of public sector, nonprofit, community, and business groups to take a broader look at Alzheimer's and dementia, to see that this is a growing problem. In America, 10,000 Americans turn 65 each day. Here in Montgomery County, there are a number of neighborhoods that now have more seniors than public school children. So there's a recognition that the aging of the population and Alzheimer's and related dementias would have some growing impact on all sectors of our community, and we needed a broader look at it. And in the last few years, this campaign has spread to about 2/3 of the states in this country, either at the community level or the state level, are pledging to become dementia friendly.
So I know that it was announced at the County Executive Senior Summit last December. What does it mean specifically to be dementia friendly?
Sure. Yeah, it is something that has no end. I don't think a community becomes dementia friendly. It is an ongoing process.
Right, a process.
Of looking at the issues that in a broader way. For example, in Montgomery County, just in the first year since the county executive pledged to become dementia friendly, the police, fire, and emergency rescue services are working together more closely. They all respond to situations that have someone with cognitive impairment. So they're coordinating their resources better. They are having their employees, particularly new employees, receive training to be better able to handle situations like this, and expanding programs such as the File for Life, an ID bracelet that addresses wandering, because wandering is a major issue with people with dementia. So it's having first responders, things like ride-on bus drivers and others, be more aware of signs of wandering. It's a very, very serious, dangerous situation, and to be better able to handle this in a coordinated, positive way. And then lastly, the dementia-friendly effort in this county has created what they call a continuum of care working group. It brings together people from nonprofit and businesses that provide both at-home care and residential care to have a more coordinated response, to share resources, have speakers bureaus, to work together in a more positive way.
You mentioned training of bus drivers. That's an interesting point, that the average bus driver may not be aware of the signs of somebody getting on the bus or needing a little extra help or something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So have they actually done that? Or
Not that this is
on the list of things.
Yeah, and it also carries over to people who work at banks and credit unions and other retail situations to create a more dementia-friendly community, because at Bright Focus we see that the most likely area of scientific breakthrough in Alzheimer's and dementia would be to slow or delay the onset of some of these cognitive impairment challenges. And so if that comes to be, it's great news from a scientific and medical standpoint, but from a community standpoint, people would be living in their homes longer, living in their communities longer. That's great. It's what families want, but yet it means that the communities, in a broadly defined way, need to progress to become more dementia friendly.
You mentioned the bracelet. What that's something that somebody would wear. And how does that help? Sure. It identifies the person.
Yeah. So it would. Someplace it's been known as a file for life. It would have emergency contact information. As people either take wandering, or begin to have cognitive impairment, but yet still get out in their communities.
So there have been these ongoing meetings, and I guess family caregivers are an important part of that. Training or sense of that.
It is, it is, Ashna, on two levels. First, what the Dementia Friendly effort is trying to do is to better understand the diversity of family caregiving that's provided in this county, get a better understanding of that, and to be able to provide more resources for it. But then secondly, go where people are already gathered, clustered, whether that's faith-based organizations, community-based organizations, and even businesses. In Minnesota, where Dementia Friendly started, the business community was an interesting and key part of that campaign. Businesses are increasingly affected by age-related diseases such as dementia as employees take on greater caregiving responsibilities. There could be an increase in absenteeism, an increase of people going from full-time to part-time, or even leaving the workforce completely because of the demands of family caregiving. So a lot of employers are seeing how the aging of the population is affecting their workforce. So this is just a way of saying that Alzheimer's and dementia goes far beyond your local agency on aging. It is a community-wide challenge as the nation ages, and this is an exciting way of bringing people together in a very forward-looking way.
Do you have a website of the Bright Focus Foundation?
Sure,
that people can get some more information?
Yeah, Bright Focus, we're in Clarksburg. We are at brightfocus.org, and we have a number of print and digital materials to help families impacted by age-related diseases, and they are free.
So we have just about a minute left. We want to mention the December 5th as a kickoff of it.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. December 5th, the county executive will join with a number of public and private sector leaders at the to officially kick off Dementia Friendly in Montgomery County, highlight some of the early achievements, and pledge some of the upcoming goals.
And that's going to be?
It's going to be a public safety headquarters on December 5th, and everybody's welcome.
And everybody's welcome.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
This is a subject that's new for us, and you've helped us understand it better, and wish you well in your work.
Well, great. Thank you, Austin.
Well, that's it for this month's Seniors Today. Don't forget that you can access a great deal of information about county services for seniors by going to the Montgomery County Senior website at montgomerycountymd.gov/seniors, or call the Senior Resource Line at 240-777-3000. As always, thank you for watching Seniors Today.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
There's a reason why area law enforcement are out enforcing pedestrian and traffic safety laws and preventing killer pedestrian crashes. Be alert, be street smart,